physiological functions of the liver. Liver is really amazing. Every time I was really amazed by the liver. And until now, I think we still, human beings, we don't have the capability to make a liver in the petri dish. It's not possible, or in any culture factory or whatsoever, because it's so complex and so delicate. So here is I listed lots of kind of facts. I would say that, okay, the size is the largest solid organ in the body. And if you don't call it solid, and the skin is the largest. Skin is the largest, and the solid organ liver is the largest. And the weight is, in average human being is 1.5 kilogram. It's not too, in the percentage it's only 130 to 150 body weight. But very interestingly, it has dual blood supply. And 1/4 of cardiac output goes to liver. And why dual? You see here, they have the hepatic artery right from the heart, and to provide or supply the liver with oxygen-rich blood. And this is 20% to 30%. And another 70 to 80% of the blood come from this gut system, intestinal system, and all the nutrients or toxins or pathogens or whatsoever goes through this portal vein and to go into the liver. So liver has dual supply of blood. One is oxygen rich, another is nutrient rich. And these two streams of blood get into the liver and makes liver a right place for the synthesis, for protein synthesis, glycan synthesis, and lipid synthesis. And so this is the big factory in our body. And so because of its very complex function, it has 20% of oxygen consumption at rest and 50% of heat production at rest, and produces all the plasma proteins except antibody. So previously we think that in the ancient Greek, they think that blood is produced by liver. Now we know these blood cells are produced by what? Bone marrow, right? Produced by bone marrow. But when you think that your blood is not only blood cells, you have the plasma. And in the plasma you have so lots of different proteins. And all these proteins are made by liver. And certainly, I think ancient idea and the modern idea, both, they are true. And the bone marrow produces cells, and the liver produces proteins in our blood. So, and then it's really, it's the biggest gland, and exocrine, and the exocrine is the, bile acids, is actually called the exocrine substances by the liver. And endocrine, you know that the growth promoting growth hormone. Growth hormone is produced by pituitary, but the insulin-like growth factors, IGF, you have IGF-1, IGF-2, they are both produced by liver, right? Liver produces these hormones to promote animal growth. And this is also a biggest endocrine system in the body. And detoxification, many hormones are degraded in the liver, and then they will excrete it through the bile, and then remove it by the fecal, this is feces. So, and then certainly it has the, okay, it's a little bit too much. And you see the very big, very complex metabolism, carbon, lipid, protein, vitamin, and minerals, and also iron. Iron, which is very important for the young animals, and also stored and metabolized by the liver. And also now liver has regarded as the biggest immuno organ in the body, because 80% to 90% of tissue resident macrophages are residing in the liver, and which is called Kupffer cells. And the liver, interestingly, liver has the very high capacity to regenerate. And 51% of original liver mass can regenerate back to full size. You cut it half, and then within like 10 days or 2 weeks, and it will grow to the full size. And altogether, liver has more than 500 types of functions, and you can go to Google or to ask AI to go deeper into the liver system. And that's why I'm always so amazed by the liver, because the structure is so delicate. I mean, you will never make a liver structure in your petri dish or in the factory. So it has very delicate structure here. And then you see, let's see, okay. So here, and all these cells are hepatocytes, liver cells, and which can produce bile acids. These cells can produce bile acids, and then the bile acids will go into the bile and to accumulate in the bile duct, and then will go into the intestine to help digestion. And then these here, there's another cells. This is a Kupffer cells. It's a macrophage. It's like a guard, and standing here to monitor all the blood, whether there is a toxin, whether there is a pathogen, and monitor. If there is something wrong, and it will be activated and to initiate immunoreaction. So this is a Kupffer cells. And there are another very important cells is residing here. Here it's a kind of cell which is pretty narrow, looks like. But when the Kupffer cells activated to induce inflammation, and these cells will be activated as well. And these so-called stellate cells, they will serve as a fireman, to stop the inflammation induced by Kupffer cells. By what? By production of ECM. ECM is a lot of how to say? It's the collagen. A lot of collagen. You know the fibrotic liver. Fibrosis. The liver fibrosis is caused by these cells. And it's at the beginning, it wants to do something good. It wants to stop inflammation. It's like a fireman, and to extinguish the fire. But when this work is out of control, and you get this fibrosis, and then if it's again developing, you might come up to the cancer, liver cancers, right? So this is everything. When everything is balanced, it is healthy. And when something goes wrong, and you will go into trouble. So in our body, I always say that, okay, you probably have to rethink who you are. You are not human. maybe it is true. Because when you count the number of your cells, and you have only 30 trillion cells belonging to yourself, but in your body you have more 40 trillion cells belonging to the bacteria. You have more bacterial cells than your own cells. But because the bacterial cells are so tiny, and they may make up like 1.5 kilogram to 2.5 kilograms of your body weight. But still, although you look like human, but if you count the cell numbers, you have to realize that you are living together with this bacteria. Okay, so I said that. Okay, so another very, very amazing fact is that we have 30 trillion cells belonging to ourselves, but these cells, 80%, more than 80%, is just one single cell type, which is red blood cells. So red blood cells is 80% of our 30 trillion cells. And these, the lifespan of these red blood cells is 120 days. 120 days. But each second, you have 2.5 million red blood cells die. 2.5 million. You just think of that. And then the liver has to process it, because when the red blood cell die, and they have these things to be processed. It's like hemoglobin, and they have the hemin and the bilirubin, and these things has to be processed by the liver and excreted in feces or urine, mostly in feces through the bile. That's why your feces look like brownish, and your urine also look brownish, and when your feces look pale or whitish, and you have to go to doctor because your liver might have problem, and then you may have this so-called this jaundice. Is that jaundice? So you have this eyes look yellowish. What is it? It's a kind of disease. That means that the liver has problem. Okay, so I said that, liver is the body's quality control and the sewage system. And you have all these waste materials go through the bile and get excreted in the feces. Okay. So this is a summary of the liver functions. See here, and it is an exocrine organ, and it's a detoxification organ, and an endocrine organ, and certainly metabolic organ, and it has also storage functions. And see here, a lot of things stored in our in the liver: glycogen, vitamin A, D, K, B12, iron, copper, etc. And detoxification. And if after this seminar we're gonna have a drink, you need your liver to metabolize alcohol. And certainly if you are taking drugs, better you not to drink alcohol because you're gonna harm your liver, and it's very dangerous. And some mycotoxins, for example, and also processed by the liver, and this Kupffer cells, and also blood clotting, and also almost I think 100% of the blood clotting factors are produced by the liver. And also this complement system, complement factors also produced by the liver. So liver is regarded as a defense organ as well. So, and then since the liver is so important, and it has also lots of diseases, and nowadays, and people are very much concerned about the gut-liver axis in health and disease. And there's lots of diseases. Some are infectious and the tumor vascular diseases, metabolic, toxic, autoimmune disease, genetic, and cholestasis, and gallstone. I don't want to go listing all this.